If you'd please stand and join me in the pledge. I'd like to have a moment of silence for the following individuals. Vincent Salerno, a graduate of the North Syracuse Central School District, and Greg Sullivan Sr., a graduate of the North Syracuse Central School District and a former student of Mr. Crabtree. Thank you. You would know.
Greg Sullivan. He was in my first class, along with Matt Herman here at Pitcher Hill. I found the picture, was taken over at that. Craig was an outstanding student in my first year here as a teacher. His parents are still alive, Mr. and Mrs. Sullivan. They live right behind the junior high. And when I am working the voting here, at the district office, they always come in and say hi to me. This is, and he lost his brother too. Had his sister as a student also. So this is a sad time when you lose somebody that was a former student. Thank you.
Our first presentation this evening is a proclamation. Throughout our school buildings, school resource officers and school patrol officers play a vital role in ensuring the safety and well-being of our students, staff, and school communities. They have embraced this critical responsibility with dedication, professionalism, and care. The SROs and SPOs of the North Syracuse Central School District are committed professionals who exemplify the highest standards of service and integrity. Their presence fosters positive relationships, promotes a secure learning environment, and provides valuable guidance to students. The Board of Education, along with students, parents, administrators, and community members, recognize and appreciate their unwavering efforts to protect and support our schools. To honor the school resource officers and school patrol officers of the North Syracuse Central School District and their contributions, I'm Michael Maurizio, President of the Board of Education of the North Syracuse Central School District. On behalf of the board, express our deepest gratitude and hereby declare February 12th, 2026 as School Resource Officer and School Patrol Officer Appreciation Day to be recognized with appropriate educational activities. Do I have a motion to accept that proclamation? Mr. Craig? All those in favor?
Doing a phenomenal job. She's everywhere. I've seen her everywhere. But an individual thing is, I was setting up for the boys' basketball game a couple of weeks ago. And as you know, Mr. Crabtree doesn't think very well. And he fell on school property. And within seconds, an SRO was out there and helped me. So SROs even help board members. Thank you.
All those in favor? Give them a round of applause. All right, next we have our LEGO League program presentation. So I'd like to welcome up Jason.
Hi, I'm Molly Gwynn from Gillette Road Middle School, and I'm here with Joey, Parker, and Bella.
Lynn Zajac here with Izzy and Connor and Jax.
I'm Brian Knoll. I've been with Lego for, this is my second year with them. And so what we'd like to say is, first, we grew. Last year, Gillette was just beginning. They had, what, 14, 15 members there this year. We had 21 students that were able to go to the match, but one of them ended up sick, so we only had 20. And we only have 10-person teams, so it was just a perfect number. Would you guys like to say, what did you think of your competition?
It was pretty fun.
Yes?
I learned how to program a lot better.
And what you guys learn?
How to code.
Coding and
Teamwork.
yeah, there was a lot of teamwork and a lot of working together that they had to do to solve some of the problems. And some of the core values that Lego League promotes are discovery, innovation, impact, inclusion, teamwork, and fun. And they have a policy of gracious professionalism. So they are encouraged to support other teams in the competition in addition to working towards their own goals. So it's a great program and we've had a lot of fun, but learned a lot of things. And the kids have some things they wanted to show you with their robots today, if that's okay.
One minute, 30 seconds to go.
I just want to say, first, thanks for coming and sharing your experience. And I heard that this was kind of our first year, kind of not trial phase, but really in. So I'm just wondering, from the kids' perspective, maybe, if one of you could answer, so what are you looking forward to next year? What are some things that maybe you learned at the competition this year, other than the Macarena, that you're looking forward to next year?
Next year, I am looking forward to is coding and really helping on my team more than I did this year. I feel like it just want to do more.
Great.
I want to get better at like designing the actual robot and adding parts to it. That was kind of hard for me, at least. I couldn't program it. It's like
This is Connor's.
Second year, okay. Great. Great. Thank you, Connor.
I'm looking forward to like actually using the attachments more because we use these two attachments like late in the year. So we can use them earlier to do more stuff on them.
I'm looking forward to because at the beginning of the year, we were just like building safes and stuff, and we weren't like really dialed in. And this year, we just want to get right to it, or next year.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Next year, I continue looking forward to working with my team and getting better with the coding.
I'm ready to like do more coding and help build more.
All right, great. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Okay, next we've got a update on our capital project. So Matt,
All right, Tina's going to make me sit for the first time. Unusual for me. So thank you, everyone. Matt Irwin, Director of Facilities. Joined with me is Tina from our Lakeshore Elementary School. So just a brief update on capital projects, and then I'll let Tina share the really fun stuff. So phase 2 at the high school, we are wrapping up closeout on the project. Our new gym is fully open. We'll be having a ribbon cutting at the auditorium ahead of the next show. So you're not going to want to miss their next production. It's going to be extremely exciting. We're going to do something we've never done before, and I'm not spoiling their surprise. So you'll have to wait for them to share. But please, if you haven't already seen our new high school locker rooms, gymnasium, and auditorium, or enjoyed the comfort of the new heating system, please make it a point to pop out and see it. Our pool, structural steel is wrapping up. We literally have a week or two of small bracing to weld in place, and that will be done. Over the next few months, we'll be drying in the other 2 sides, and we will be leaving one side open nearest the small gym in order to actually get equipment in and dig out the pool itself. But while we're waiting for that to happen, we'll be continuing work on the locker room area and the mezzanine areas above, as well as the mechanical room. District-wide EPC project is ongoing as well. We've made good headway in the secondary buildings with LED lighting in the classrooms. We're working through those secondary buildings now with parking lot lighting as well. You may have noticed the exteriors of our buildings much brighter than they have been in the past as we start through that project work. We still have several months to go to complete all of the lighting across the district. Most of the other work has been completed. A lot of it was heating related. Okay. Gillette Road will be starting this spring. So as soon as the snow melts, we'll be getting started on the site work. The HVAC will be starting just in a few weeks. So we'll be starting behind the auditorium in a select area while school is still in session. And then over the summer, we will be jumping into some asbestos abatement in the basement areas and a few of the classroom areas to get that out of the way before we're back in session. This project will be ongoing throughout the next couple of years. So we'll be doing small chunks of the building at a time, kind of taking it system by system. Okay, Lakeshore Elementary, we've been long awaiting the reopening of the building. Contractors will finish their primary work over the course of the next 4 to 6 weeks and wrap up punch list work. And I'm going to let Tina share a little bit more about what you see here, if she's prepared for it. We've got your new library down on the left-hand side, Tina. Your new art room, I believe, on the right. The library's on the left. Shot of a shared space between the new 4th grade classrooms on the top left, and a shot of the hallway on the right with the new lockers and cabinetry in place. And I have a lot to share on the next slide.
Right, yes, it is excited, and we are ready to get back to our home building. So we've been trying to coordinate a timeline for our return, working with our parent-teacher organization, working with Matt, custodial staff. And I have to say, Matt has been great. Whenever we have a question, he always, responds back, helps us out with any questions or concerns that we have. But basically, starting in February, our custodial team will be out working at Lakeshore, getting those rooms prepped, the old rooms, getting ready for painting, and that's been, instrumental on your end. We have ordered some new furniture for the building that is set to be, its arrival is March, furniture delivery, and hopefully the completion of the contractor's work. In April, looking at finalizing all of those spaces and really prepping for occupancy. In May, we have some of those half days. When we left Lakeshore to go to St. Margaret's, we were able to utilize one of those half days so staff could go check out their spaces and visit the new building. So we are hoping for that again, one of those days in May. And then in August, we are hoping that we are ready to open to the public the beautiful new building and even sprucing up the old spaces as well. And that will kick off our kindergarten orientation. And we are working with PTO to have our back to school barbecue opening before school starts, but after classroom placement, so that children can come in and find their new classrooms and find out where they're located. So it's very exciting. I've been in the building several times, and just seeing the progress each time I go is great to see. We've got some bright colors to wake people up, but it looks great.
Just to remind everybody, we did not renovate the entire building like we did Bear Road. So we've done a little more than half of the building. We do still have 2 classroom wings, which are not part of the construction. Just so everybody's aware, we are freshening those spaces. So we'll be going through, we'll be repainting the corridors and the classrooms to give them a fresh new look. And just kind of sprucing things up to welcome staff back. We want everyone to enjoy the new spaces. And we really thought it was important to build a bridge between the 50s and today, because it was a pretty stark difference as we started to really look at the finished spaces in the new parts of the building in reference to spaces that we won't get to for the next few years. So we really wanted to make sure we address that too. Okay. As we look ahead, I'm going to let Dr. Ward talk a little bit about planning. We have a utilization study that we're trying to wrap our heads around right now. We have our building condition surveys that are just being completed. Together, these will form a long-range plan, which needs to be developed by the district. So I'll let Dr. Ward take it from there.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you, Matt and Tina, for giving us an update. It's exciting to go back to Lake Shore, I'm sure, and to get all your kids back at the same time, right? So just we had a brief board workshop at the 5 o'clock hour. We went through again. We had the utilization study, but we really had a chance to just kind of verbalize what we thought as a district. So that was the meeting prior to, and we still have some work to do, but that just went on, and really the part that I wanted to just mention again is that that we have the utilization study and BCS, and we need to bring those documents together. So that's something that will drive our decision making, moving forward. But none of that really can move forward until we come up with the choice for what our district's going to look like for the next 30 years. And that's something that there's no perfect plan. There's only plans that are maybe better than some others, but that's something that this leadership team has to very importantly make a decision so we can move forward with all of our plans in the district. So I look forward to that work with everyone here at the table. Thank you.
Any questions, Chip?
What about Tina? Okay, because it obviously isn't where it presently is it? That's a lot. It's a lot space-wise larger than it was.
So the library it's across from the gymnasium at the base of where the K1 wing was, and the main office area is where the library used to be.
Oh, so security-wise, Matt, the entrance will be not the same place, am I correct?
Correct. So what used to be our old entrance will be the entrance for students. They'll come in that way from buses. However, our visitor entrance will be kind of where the cafeteria is, and it has that nice
Yep.
contained, secure entry.
How about the gymnasium? Was that renovated? It was too. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so to clarify that, all the shared service spaces in the building have been renovated. There are 2 wings of classrooms alone. So the only spaces that weren't renovated are strictly classrooms. So every student will get to enjoy some of these new spaces. Yes, it was. Yep. Any other questions? New playgrounds are in place. We have a couple finishing touches to put on them this spring. Yep.
Because it was new when we first went out to St. Margaret's, it was new. They all said how great it was, but I think it's, they're ready to move on.
Thank you. I have no comments from the audience this evening, but as always, we welcome public who. Board of Education Committee reports. Mr. Thorne?
Thank you. We are holding off on a February meeting in favor of a March meeting as we await for a couple of more policies to get ready for review. So.
Patrick?
I had to postpone the legislative committee meeting that was supposed to be held. There was a lot of membership that could not attend. But I think Paul and I also on Friday through virtual attended the Capitol Conference, which was very interesting. And Paul kind of sent me a text and I agreed with him on something, and I agree. And Paul, if you want to talk a little bit about the lobby day, I will talk when I get to my part that the governor, I had the great fortune to spend with her 2 days, along with Mr. Ludden and I were with her, and I can tell you her big thing, she said it over and over, and I made sure Mr. Ludden heard it, is universal pre-K. So I'll talk about that in my comments.
Yeah, the lobby day that I've talked about in the past is coming up 2 days, this Wednesday. So I'll be there. There'll be some NISBA talking points and I will be happy to play our own local talking points. I thought Mr. Shoes has sent a nice email explaining gonna just pirate his points and make some bullet points out of that, because I know when Dr. Ward have met to talk about the use of the pilot or the way it's used in the tax cap calculation, I think that's an important piece, and you've met, I believe, with all three of our legislators, so I'll drive that point home if nothing else. As far as the Capitol Conference, text you, that Mr. Crabtree alluded to, NISBA went to a lot of virtual offerings since COVID, and some of them are just grueling and long when they're putting 3.5 hours and having people talk at you. So I'm getting a little disappointed in that, because the Capitol Conference used to be, go to Albany, you'd have these people in front of you on day one, and day two, you go right in and you lobby. So you're fresh, every talking points, and you're able to interact with some other board members around the state. I think a lot's been lost there. I've talked to them about that, but they always say the same thing. Well, we're getting more participation, virtual piece, which is true, but I just don't find it as effective. And I think I talked about their business meeting they do at the convention. It was 6 to 7 hours of Zooming. I mean, you're carrying around your laptop, eating dinner. It's ridiculous. It's not effective in my opinion. I've put that on the surveys. They continue to not listen to me, but that's the way it is. Thought I'd share that. Thank you.
I just wanted to mention some of the things that are going on behind the scenes that Paul and Mr. Crabtree alluded to. We have met with Senator Ryan, Senator Sturpey, and Pam Hunter. We also had another meeting with Mr. Sturpey with the local area superintendents. There were, I think, 5 school districts at that meeting. That was over in ESM. We also had a meeting, Mr. Keegan and I, with Regent Mannion and Dr. Cook from OCM BOCES. That is something that we continue to talk about with anyone who will listen to us when it comes to pilot agreements and why they should be excluded in the property tax cap, especially given the size of the pilot with Micron in our district. And then also, Mr. Keegan and I have one more meeting with, oh my gosh, yes, with Dr. Rick Timms. So it's hard to get him one-on-one in a meeting, but Mr. Keegan and I are meeting one-to-one with Rick Timms. And if you don't know who Dr. Timms is, he's really the guru in New York State when it comes to property tax cap calculation. He might be the one of 3 people that understand it completely. But he's agreed to meet with us and to talk about maybe some alternative plans as far as asks from our school district and related to the Micron pilot. So stay tuned for that. But that's this week. Mr. Keegan and I are doing that. So thank you.
Board comments.
I'm just gonna make I'm on. Gonna make a comment, and I feel bad. I should have said something earlier, but the Lego kids are gone. I'm jealous. I mean, when I went to college, I learned, in the industrial robotics, and it's about the only class I really loved and I really remember from college, other than maybe Calc 2, but that's a different story. Okay, but what they're learning at this age is going to like just ramp them up in the future. It's ridiculous, and they're having so much fun doing it. Right? It looks like they're having a blast. So my hats off to all those kids. I hope more kids do the Lego challenges, and more power to them all. Thank you.
I should have asked those guys, do they have the opportunity to do it after middle school? Like, do we have it in the junior high and high school, or?
mention that last week, on Wednesday, I was able to attend the Festival of Nations. I know Mr. Crabtree was there, Mr. Ludden was there. A bunch of us were there, and it was really great.
The food.
Really great turnout. So I'm always great to attend these kind of events.
Like the food, right? It was awesome. All right. Some happy things, not so happy. I forgot to mention the legislative breakfast of February 28th. So if you have not contacted Jill, because I get it every day from Central New York School Boards. They need to know how many people are coming. No, Dr. Ward said he's going. I've seen the people, but if you are still thinking it's wonderful, the food that BOCES provides, Michael will tell you, is excellent. And that's where you do meet Mr. Timms, but you get a chance to meet other board members from other school districts. It's really great. And you see what the similar things we're having problems with, they are. Matt, I told you I forgot about this snow plowing. God bless your team. I hear them because I'm a light sleeper, but all the days that we got 6, 10, 8 inches, they had the parking lot at Allen Road and all the other parking lots ready to go. Please thank your team. They're amazing. They're better than the town of Clay flowers. They're done before I can get out and I wish I was parked over there because I can't get out of my driveway, but please say something. I already talked about the SROs and how they're everywhere and helping and so forth, and security. All right. Good things is that both our track teams, I said last time the boys came in whatever. Well, they put it to the floor, and both the boys and girls, I like it when we beat all those other teams, including Beeville, in our division, and they just broke record after record. I know we have 2 great divers, and I think some of the other kids are going to go to the States, and we had 1 wrestler that won over the weekend, and he will go to the States. I have a couple concerns. Well, yes. We did have a meeting earlier tonight with the workshop. Our student representative needs to be at our committees. She is part of this board. She's on the policy committee, I believe. She's also on my legislative committee. She should be going with us on February 28th. She is part of this board. She cannot vote, but she can also talk about anything, including the utilization report. That's part of your responsibility. So please, let's invite her to things that we have that we go to. UPK, I'm going to keep talking about this because I know what the governor wants. Governor wants, within the next 2 years, universal kindergarten everywhere in the state of New York. God bless her. In this district, and I can talk about Paul's wife, we had half-time kindergarten. We were one of the last schools, along with FM and Beeville, to go to full-time kindergarten. And you would ask the first grade teachers, when we went to full-time kindergarten, and I could talk to your wife about this forever, things got better because we went full-time. First grade teachers, they come in the beginning of the year, ready to go. Our kindergarten teachers today have, I don't know how they do it. And I know you met with them, Dr. Ward, and I know Dr. Veal met with them too, and they tell you their concerns. There's kids coming in that can't even write a letter. And then there's kids that are coming in that are reading. Our UPK program in this district is in different places outside of our school. We take the money that we get from the state and we use it to go to whatever the new names for these places. I want to push. I know it's expensive, but the governor is giving us more and more money. And when I hear only 250 of our over 500 kids are going to this, it is not fair to our teachers. It is not fair to our kindergarten teachers that not every kid comes in. I would say to the board, take a trip, take a field trip. Make sure you tell the principal, you don't want to get in trouble, and see what a kindergarten teacher does. It's amazing. They need help. Look at this. We need to look at the cost efficiency. When we return money because kids aren't coming, it bothers me. And then the other thing is our meeting times. I'm concerned that not all the board members can make 5 for a executive session, 5:30 for a regular meeting. I think we need to look at the starting times so that more board members can attend. I feel bad for Amanda. I don't want her to get a traffic ticket going speeding or whatever. I know you're a coach. We need to look. It's wonderful that we meet early, but I think we need to look at maybe another half hour and having executive sessions, I'm sorry, after that we meet. So just something to bring out. Thank you.
Bob, any other comments? Bridget?
So last Tuesday, Principal's Cabinet held our Hoops for Hope Griffin's Guardians event for the second year in a row. And I'm proud to announce that we raised $1,412, which was a great improvement from last year. There was a lot of attendance. It was really great. And I think it's great that we did it on the elementary shootout night as well. Festival of Nations was obviously great. A lot of people did their seal by literacy that night, their English presentation or native language presentation. And I thought it was great. And a lot of people didn't just leave after their presentations. They went and they enjoyed the festival. And there were 2 cultural performance dances, but also there was a how-to salsa class for about 30 minutes. Which I did participate in, and it was very fun. So it was really a great time, and it was great to see all the younger kids there too, not just the high schoolers. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. Just some routine action items. Can I have them? Questions or comments? All those in favor? I'll place B and C together, the consideration of classification and placement of students. Do I have a motion to place that before us? Paul? Andy, any questions or comments? All those in favor? Declaration of marketable and non-marketable surplus. Can I have a motion to place those? Paul, any questions or comments? Got a gift this evening. The North Syracuse Central School District has received a gift of office furniture from Inline & Co. of 405 Spencer Street. We're getting a Logiflex Volt desk valued at $3,579.20 that will be used. I have a motion to accept with gratitude the gift.
Just for the folks at home, can they explain what a Logiflex Volt desk is? I don't know what it is. But they know exactly what it is.
I think
It's
it's
not
just
a big-
office furniture, yeah.
Office for. Thinking like, lights in action, right. Like a railroad track going around. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, though.
I have a motion to accept with gratitude the gift. Mark and Mandy, any questions, comments? All those in favor? That discussion action item. The first one we have this evening is a service contract between OCM BOCES Regional Information. I have a motion to place that before us. Paul, any questions or comments? All those in favor? None. Next is the resolution to create and abolish specific positions. We had conversation about this our last meeting. I have a motion to place those resolutions. Mark, any questions or comments? We have can I have a motion to approve a memorandum of agreement between the CSEA Local 1000 North Syracuse Central School District Office Personnel Unit and the North Syracuse Central School District dated February 9th, 2026. Cheryl? Paul, any questions or comments? All those. Next, we have a motion to approve the memorandum of agreement dated February 11th, 2026 between the district, the NSPA, and the NSEA. Do I have a motion to place that? Mark, Mandy, any questions or comments on this? All those in favor? We have a resolution to approve a declaration of emergency and authorization for emergency repair and asbestos abatement. All. Have a couple of retirements to acknowledge. Renee Merritt, a teaching assistant, is retiring with 26 years of service, and Jerry Williams, a teaching assistant, is retiring with 19 years of service. So, as always, we thank you very much for your service and dedication to the school district and our community, and wish you a long, happy, and healthy retirement. We need a executive session before we take personnel. I have a motion to take personnel A as submitted. Mark, Cheryl, any questions or comments? All those in favor? And do I have a motion to accept personnel report B? Andy? Mark, any questions or comments? All those in favor? We do not have an executive session this evening, so I'll make a motion to adjourn. Can I have a second? Mark, all those in favor? Unanimous, and we're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.